Good morning. Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, Mr. By himself. He's so impressed. I mean, damn, did you even see the test? You got D's, Rosie Perez, and yes, Belly Class, and me in every class, looking at every, cheated on every test. I guess this is my dissertation, homie. This is basic. Welcome to graduation. Good morning. Good morning, America. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, world. My name is Indigo Number 9. I'm coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio. And I just want to say, good morning. We made it, guys. We made it to the great awakening. Ugh. Do a little stretch with me, touch your toes. Oh, yeah, you should be happy. You should be celebrating. We made it to the great awakening, guys. Now, I know it may feel a little rough right now. You talking about, Indigo, what are you saying? We're in quarantine. We're in lockdown. This is the exact opposite of an awakening. But wait, there's more. There's more to come, guys. I don't know if you saw a video that I posted a while ago. If you didn't check it out, go ahead and check it out right now. It's called The Creative Boom. It's like a minute and 30 seconds. Really simple. Go check that video out and then come back here when you get a chance. If you have checked this video out, then you maybe will know along the lines of what I'm talking about. But today, I'm talking about the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening. So, an awakening in life in general, before I get into the Great Awakening, I want to talk to you guys about what an awakening is. An awakening is something that takes place within a human being when they remember their past. Not like when they remember what happened yesterday or what happened 2 weeks ago or what happened when they were a kid. It's when they truly remember what took place in their past lives. Is when they remember that, oh snap, this isn't me. This, 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 this isn't me. But me, I'm truly inside. I'm infinite. Infinite. I have knowledge from past lives and past lives and past lives. And when you have an awakening, when you wake up from the matrix, you start to remember these things. You start to remember all of your spiritual knowledge that you gained in past lives. So let's say in one of your past lives, you maybe worked with kids, you know, and you notice that you have like a natural gift with kids as in this life. That's, that's part of your awakening. You awaken to your gifts and your knowledge. So you're just like, I don't know how I know this, but we shouldn't go in there. We shouldn't do this. That's a part of the awakening. You begin to get your intuition, your insight, your angel and God-like abilities. You remember that we are all one. That's what an awakening is all about. You reconnect with nature. You reconnect with the foods with high vibrations. You reconnect with high vibrational beings. You disconnect from low vibrational activities, things that bring your vibration down. You disconnect with people that bring your vibration down. And I know you guys are saying, okay, you're saying we got to the Great Awakening, but you're not telling me anything about my current life because life is still hard for me. And I get it. Because listen, every awakening, just think about this. When you're sleeping peacefully in bed, Indigo! Indigo! why'd you do that, man? Why'd you wake me up like that? Because I was giving you soft little nudges and saying your name, but you weren't hearing it, so I had to scream it. And you wake up and you're in French, and you're just like, what is going on here? And you're upset. You're like, man, this is terrible, bro. Why would you wake me up like that? Why would you do that to me? And that whole day you're walking around, you're kind of angry, and you're just like, man, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. My roommate woke me up screaming in my ear, and now, I'm be thought everything. You're just upset, right? That's what happens during an awakening too, especially when you get a rude awakening. Awakenings have to take place by a little shake, a little shake. Me personally, I began my awakening process after a funeral. My friend from seventh grade, he passed away. Devin Moore, D-Mo, all pro, all the girls know. Girls get the girls. My boy D-Mo, he was one of the most inspirational, influential people in my life. And it took me to lose him. It took me to get shook and lose him for me to realize, I walked past his body during the funeral and I said, whoa, there's nobody in there. D-Mo isn't in that body. So that means we're not just this body. This isn't me. Me is in the inside. Because I knew every time I walked into a room with D-Mo, the room was full of energy. It was full of light and just, and I was like, oh man. Oh man. And I'm walking back to my seat, and it's a pretty big church, and I'm walking back to my seat, and everybody's crying around me, and I'm just like, huh. And I sat down and I started laughing. I started laughing during his funeral because I was just like, whoa, this isn't life. This isn't what it's all cut out to be. Death isn't what it's all cut out to be. And I started laughing because I remembered at that exact moment. I remembered everything. And my awakening process started right there. It was a shake, but it started. Now, you guys, I know you're still like, Indigo, how does this relate to us? And I'm like, okay, think about this. Think about what we're going through right now. We're going through this period of COVID-19 or coronavirus. Okay, we're going through that right now. This is a big shake for people because with COVID-19 or coronavirus, we have people that are losing family members. We have people, okay, so with losing family members, we're going to have that same type of example that I had with Dev. You're going to realize that, this death thing is really an illusion. You never actually lose anyone. Indigo, I never die, I go on. You never really lose anyone. The energy is just transformed into another form. So you guys are going to start to realize that. You're going to start to realize what good things come into your life as you lose maybe your grandparents or someone to COVID or this idea of COVID. You're going to start to realize it. Also, during this pandemic or whatever, we're losing jobs. Everybody's losing jobs and getting laid off and all this furloughs, blah, blah, blah. And so when you lose your job, you're not losing your life. You're actually gaining your life. You're getting your life back. You remember, like, oh, snaps. Life isn't all about working. But if I'm not going to work, what am I going to do? I got so much time. So when you start getting time and you're not spending all of your time surrounded by negative energy and bosses and corrupt businesses and everything like that, you start to naturally go within. You start to naturally go within. And that's really what sparks an awakening as well. When you go within and learn about yourself and sit down and take a minute to that's a way of remembering too. The thing is all the information is right there, but we just have to take a second, literally a second, to remember it. We have to sit down by ourselves for a second and remember it. And once we do that, we'll start to remember, like, oh, wow, I need this. I need this. And you start to do it over. You start to meditate more. You start to go within more. You start to learn about yourself more because you're not at these jobs and working from 9 to 5 and then sleeping from 9 to 8, and then you only get this little gap in between. You know, you really have to take control of your entire life, and this is what this COVID is doing for us. It's creating a great awakening to the point where we realize we don't need y'all. We got us. We got us. We got us. You know, and that's really not the only way that this great awakening is really starting to come about. You know, we're also getting to a point now where we get to maybe if you take this time correctly and if you don't follow all the rules, you can start to spend more time in nature. You know, if you're not letting them take all of your rights away, and you're like me, you're gonna spend some time out in nature. You're gonna go walk around in the grass and ground yourself. Maybe go to a park and relax. You know, maybe do something involving nature. That's what causes an awakening, nature. Because we are all one. The plants, the animals, the human beings, everyone. We are all one. So when we start to respect each other and spend time with each other and treat each other as if we're all one, because think about this. We all know that what we breathe out, the trees breathe in, and what the trees breathe out, we breathe in. That's all one. Guys, it's all energy. So with all this, we need to raise our vibrations higher, 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 higher. And that's when the awakening is going to start to take place. You know, and this is a great awakening. This is a mass awakening. Look around, guys. With all this, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement going on, and we have protests out in the streets, everything. People are fighting for their freedom, their individual freedom, guys. So when you have that rebellious feeling inside of you, like I don't know why, but I feel like, that's that awakening. It's like, man, forget all of that. Forget all of that. You awakening to the the created reality around you that was created by hate. You know, when you start to say, man, y'all gotta love more. Y'all gotta spread some love. That's the awakening. When you start to fight the powers, that's the awakening. But you gotta be ready, because when this awakening takes place, we're gonna have to be good. You know, we're gonna have to be able to support ourselves and not rely and run back into the trap of having someone leading us. Because the key to awakening is leading yourself on your journey, your individual journey. You discover it, you find your purpose. If I'm not working this job all day, what am I doing? What is my purpose? How can I serve? How can I help people? How can I become one with myself and the universe? And in due time, you figure it out. And this is the awakening. Everyone's going to experience it. All the big businesses, all the big systems, everything, they're gonna fall, they're gonna crumble because they're built on hate and keeping people asleep. They're gonna be the ones that's whispering, I need something that's like, Indigo, wake up! You know? You know, all these big businesses, the court system, you know, the police, you know, the school districts, all that stuff is going to tumble because it's fake. It's built on fake love. It's built on hate. You think they have your best interest at hand, but they don't. And that's why they're all getting exposed right now. The light is being shined on them. And guess who the light is? You. 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 You're the light. We are all the light, guys. Just have to pull it out of us. So, wake up everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Continue to spread love and positivity through the world, guys. The world. Spread love and positivity through the world, baby. Through the world.